Welcome back, adventurers, to the Pillars of the Earth. In the last episode, we played through chapter 16, and Jack and Eliana are back in Kingsbridge. They want to rebuild the cathedral, and a lot of things happened and changed. So let's have a peek into chapter 17. The storm. 1154, 11 years later.
It had been 3 years. 3 years of drought. 3 years of hunger and poverty. England was brought to its knees. Only our walls had kept us safe from the bands of outlaws raiding towns and villages. Bishop Waleran and William Hamley forced the workers to finish their cathedral in Shiring. Many had died. The work on our own cathedral had almost come to a halt. 4 weeks the storm had raged on. It was then that our cathedral gave up its last secret. And everything changed.
Tom, I don't think you would have liked the sight of this. I don't think you would have liked the sight of this at all.
I know. You've not planned the cathedral to be that high.
But I reinforced the walls, like in Saint Denis. The storm shouldn't be that much of a problem. But if it's not the storm, then what is it?
Whoa. That doesn't look too good. I mean, the cathedral looks awesome. And they obviously used the older walls at least. I mean, he changed the style of the building from a Romanesque to a Gothic style. But they did use the existing or the pre-existing walls of the ruined cathedral. Maybe that was a mistake? I don't know. I'm no architect. The east wall is about to collapse. Why? What could be the cause? Statics, most probably. Wooden beams. They look alright. North and south walls provide enough stability. And now he did build a wooden roof. That was the problem with the older building, that the roof was too heavy, right? Because they started to build a stone roof. If I remember that properly. Thank God. Okay, the wooden beams are okay. Are these the reinforced walls? They're tools. Yeah, so it's not the roof. Okay. The vaulting. Oh yeah. There are walls down there. Cross walls. It seems like there's one and there's one that direction. And they meet up in the middle. Let's look at the tools. Hammer and chisel. Hammer and chisel. Hammer and chisel. Okay, got it. A small crack. Vaulting unstable. So there's a problem with the walls. Is this damaging the walls? So maybe the distribution of weight is not properly done? So that this pushes outwards instead of down to the pillars that it's standing on. Or columns, I don't know. We don't see the inner face of the building at the moment. Let's take the tools. Uh-oh. I hope nobody is standing down there. That would be terrible. And maybe this is not the safest spot to stand at either. No telling how long it would hold. Doesn't look that bad from up here. Well, it just broke. Huge cracks all the way down. That is bad. You have to get rid of these walls. Otherwise it will be a disaster. So if that breaks, then the instability goes through the whole building, right? And then everything like comes down into that direction and will break inwards. Maybe? Let's chisel a bit.
If I make it worse, then we'll at least know what the problem is.
Oh, he's doing it.
All right. One more time.
Uh-oh. What if I mess that up?
Be easier without this sand everywhere.
Yep. Ooh.
If the vaulting were unstable, this part would have collapsed and the wall would retract.
Okay, it's not the vaulting.
The cause of the problem is not up here. Tom. What would you have done now?
Maybe the ground is unstable.
When we erected the eastern wall 17 years ago, there was also a crack. Yes. No matter what we did, it always came back. But this is not the same wall. We rebuilt it. But the cause could have been the same in both cases.
Huh, yeah, then it's the ground. The crypt is underneath.
The crypt! Huh. Yes, Tom. You kept the whole foundation there as it was. But it never had to carry this much weight before. That's it! The problem must be down there.
They were enraged. Bishop Henry thinks that the Pope should hear about what you wrote.
I think so, too. I would be honored if he read my book.
Philip, I really am worried about you.
There is no need for you to worry, Jonathan. It is just a book.
The problem is that the people love your sermons and what you wrote, even though most of them can't read. Your book is being copied in priories all over England.
Is that not a good thing, if our message gives people hope?
In desperate times, hope can be a powerful force.
That is very true.
Well, I fear the bishops. They might come to believe you took that power from them.
Huh? Do you?
Man, Philip grew old. And Jonathan is a grown-up man now. He even has a hint of a beard. And look at the beech tree. It grew too. Man. That's so cool. And Philip wrote a second book, The Divine Soul. Written by Philip in 1148. In his text, Philip suggests that we all carry a godly spark within us because God created man. And while sometimes it may seem as if God has abandoned us, God is indeed always closer to us than anything else, because our soul is of divine nature. This means that man does not have to wait for salvation from the outside, but that we all can change the world around us ourselves. We can plant a seed, and God in turn will make it grow. Philip's message of hope is heard in all of England and even other parts of Europe. But the church is highly critical of the text. In his first book, Philip had only criticized fake miracles. Now he seems to claim that as all men are equally divine, members of the clergy are not closer to God's glory than any other man. Haha. That is so cool. Jonathan will be sub-prior soon. Oh, really? Still doesn't know who his father is? Oh, he doesn't. I thought he knew. The people love his sermons. His book was written from the heart. He found his truth. That is good. Jonathan's tree, still braving the storm, steadfast. Oh man. That is so cool. I like it. Can we marvel at it? No, we already did, right? I think we have to talk to Philip. Or do we just go straight into the crypt? No, that's... Yeah, oops, sorry.
Have you been atop the cathedral during the storm?
Don't worry, Philip. The storm isn't as bad up there.
You shouldn't be up there risking your life. You should be with your children. Sally and Tommy have been asking for their parents all morning.
Oh, we have two now. That is cool. Aliena and Jack's family. In 1154, after their promise to Valoran to keep Kingsbridge protected, Richard and Jack have spent much time fortifying the town. Oh, we saw the walls. It was awesome in the sequence. Since then, William Hamley has not dared to attack the town again. Aliena, who has continued her wool business, trades mostly outside of Shiring. Most of the fleece she is trading is produced in Kingsbridge, where Jack erected 2 felting mills. Aliena and Jack have 2 children now. Tommy is already 12 years old. His little sister Sally is 9. Martha looks after both of them while Jack and Aliena are working. Some believe that Martha and Richard are in love. But if that is true, they are keeping their secret well guarded. Why would they?
The storm is tearing our east wall apart. If the storm works, I work. Jonathan, did you and the others come directly from Winchester?
Yes, we did.
What about Aliena?
She stayed a day longer for the fleece fair. She should be on her way back now.
In this storm?
We didn't expect it to get worse.
No one did.
I am sure she'll be all right.
I need to go. I think I know why the east wall is unstable.
Yes? Why is that?
I'm not sure, but I think the answer lies down in the crypt. I should hurry before it's too late.
So Aliena is in Winchester, and there's a bad storm going on. That is not good, is it?
I'll keep them.
What about the slingshot?
We're all too old for that now.
Why do you still have it then?
I'll let them know when it's fixed.
Okay, cool. Just trying. Can I shoot at the tree? But that would be very mean.
I need to get down into the crypt.
Okay, I'm sorry. Path to the cemetery?
That's not the way to the crypt. No. Not before I find out what's making my wall cave in.
Okay, sorry. He's not letting me. That looks cool. Yeah, there is the broken vault that we saw from above. And the crack goes all the way down. That's really bad. It will crash. I don't know if you can rescue that wall. And if that wall falls, all will fall, won't it? Huh. Right above the crypt. Cause must be down there. But what? But what could cause be? But what could cause this? Sorry. Huh.
I don't like the look of that. I don't like it one bit.
No. I don't either. That screams for disaster. Okay. I think we cannot do anything else here. Oh! Tom said a cathedral is never finished. Now I get what he meant. There was something else. Way to the cloister. No, that's where we came from. Dang it. Back we go. Okay, into the crypt now. Oh. That's where they put her. But here she can't cry because it's always damp and cold. There is the crack, indeed. So the foundation of the choir most probably sits on these old crypt foundations or crypt walls that are not foundations of the church at all. They just can't carry the weight. And most probably underneath the ground is not stable either. So yeah. Or there is something behind. If there is another room behind that they don't know of. Because in the beginning we saw that an owl is living back there, so something must be back there, and mice are going back and forth, rats or whatever, then that might cause this wall to crack. And they even tried to stabilize it, so they know about that. Well, I think we found the cause. The statue Rashid gave me would draw as many people here as Adolphus did, if it weren't for the drought and the storm. Yeah.
Rashid was right. People love to believe in miracles. The reason most people come to Kingsbridge now is for Philip's sermons. He tells them what they need to hear. He gives them hope.
That's good.
Yes, she has an influence on people, but I doubt she can make the walls tumble down.
I doubt it too. Can we chisel her?
I might carve her likeness in stone someday, but not today.
Okay, got it. Yeah, let's investigate. There you are. What are you doing all the way down here? Tell me.
That definitely wasn't here before. The cause of the instability must be down here. This is the spot. Let's find out what the real problem is. The old wall here, or what's behind it.
Yep, so let's chisel it away. Oh no!
Here we go!
Ah. Oh no. Oh dang it.
Ugh.
I messed it up. Whew.
Dear God. These stones, they've been removed before. Whoever put them back just added some mortar on top of the stones to hide the fact that they were removed. The tile at the bottom was completely loose.
What does that mean?
I think it was an entrance.
An entrance? To where?
That's what we'll find out.
Careful now. You've got the whole east wall on top of you. Jack?
Jack?
I'm all right. I just hit my head. It's dark in here. There's a whole room here. A chamber.
I'll get a torch.
Philip, I'll get it. You stay here.
There's another saint or what? Gosh. Oh yeah, and the foundations standing on sand. Parts of the room must have collapsed. made part of the wall unstable. Yep, that makes sense. Coffin? A brush? What is that? Looks like a brush. It's long, almost like a coffin. What? A wooden drinking cup? At least that's what I think it is. The Holy Grail! Gosh. Okay, let's take the brush.
It's made of leather. It's a whip. What is that doing here?
That is a good question.
Is that a coffin? Oh, there's sand everywhere. Uh-huh. It's a bed.
What?
There's a bed in here.
What? Jonathan, we need that torch.
So somebody lived down here.
That's not wood. It's metal. Gold, even.
I have the torch.
All right, come in here. Should be safe. Did you know about this place?
No, I did not. I have seen this chalice before, when I was very young. It's the chalice of the Eucharist from Kingsbridge Cathedral.
I think it's the same chalice that they accused his father stealing. For stealing.
Cuthbert told me about it. They said it was stolen.
And melted down, I know. Mother told me. They also said it was my father who did it.
Did they?
So he's innocent then?
He must be.
And whoever hid the chalice is responsible for his death. They hanged him in Shiring for stealing this chalice. But it was here all along.
That scourge, the whip. It belonged to Prior James. I was afraid of it when I first visited Kingsbridge with Francis and Abbot Peter. Even the look of it scared me.
James. Maybe it was him. I think I saw him during the night of the fire in the cathedral. When the old cathedral burned down, there was a man in the fire. His shoulders were bloody, as if he had chastised himself.
It is you! By God and the devil!
He told me that he had sinned, that he had done something to me. Perhaps because I looked like my father.
So he confessed for framing your father while he hid the cup here?
But it couldn't have been James you saw. James died weeks before the fire.
Did he? You said they never found his body. Maybe he hid down here. Maybe that's why the bed's here.
Wait. Jack, you were in the burning cathedral. What were you doing there?
Uh-oh. We will tell him. I mean, it was an accident. But he did want to burn it down in the first place. We just, there was just the option to burn it down then eventually accidentally or on purpose, and we chose the accident. But yeah, it was him. No need to lie anymore. But what I don't understand is, why did they accuse his father of stealing the chalice in the first place? What did his father do initially that they wanted to get rid of him? That doesn't make any sense to me. What did he know? What did he do? What was the purpose of all of this? Huh.
And then I told Philip what I'd done. He just looked at me and didn't say anything.
Oh my. But if Briar James lived down there, how could nobody have seen the entrance? Because we have been in the crypt before the church burned down and there wasn't an entrance. And he couldn't just have built it up every time he left, right? That's a bit weird. Or maybe he didn't leave and the only time he left was when the cathedral burned down. But still, then who put back the stones? That doesn't make any sense. Well, maybe we will find out. Briar James Scourge, found by Philip in 1154. Well, technically, Jack found it. As a child, Philip was afraid of Briar James Scourge. He first saw it when he and Abbot Peter, the men who raised him and Francis, after their parents were killed, visited Kingsbridge. Years later, James decided that Philip, now a young man, should get to the chance to lead his own priory cell, St. Joan in the Forest. Every time Philip visited the mother house in Kingsbridge, he always remembered the day he first saw the Scourge. Abbot Peter did not like the idea that pain could lead to salvation, but Prior James believed that chastising oneself was the only way to cleanse the soul from the sinful implications of the flesh. That is so sick. In a negative sense. After Jack told Philip that he believed Prior James was alive the day the cathedral burned down, Philip remembered that only weeks before the choir did not dare to sing because they thought they heard some chastising himself in the crypt. They thought they heard someone chastising himself in the crypt. Maybe they really did hear James. Maybe James did hide in the secret room in the crypt. But why? Meanwhile, in Earl's castle.
Wailerin, what do you want?
Do you think it is wise to resign yourself to gluttony at times like these? While your people starve on the streets of Shiring?
Don't play the saint. You promise them miracles. And you make them pay. But your miracles never work out, do they?
God works in ways that we cannot comprehend.
My mother cannot walk. You failed. Again. What do you want?
I came about a book.
The Bible again?
No. Philip of Gwynedd wrote it. And the church is displeased. Bishop Henry was enraged. This is our chance, William.
Your chance, you mean? If you need forces, talk to Walter or Ugly. I don't care. I built your fucking cathedral. I'm done.
It's not just about Philip. It's about Aliena and her family.
Don't mention that name.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son just signed a peace treaty.
I don't care.
You should care.
I said I don't. Now leave, and don't come back unless I ask for you. Where's my wife?
They've not returned yet, Lord William.
Then get me a whore! Now!
Gosh, that's disgusting. Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's inspect the end of war. And the Treaty of Wellingford in 1154. After 15 years of civil war, the battle between Stephen and Maud, England was more divided than ever. After a final confrontation at Wellingford, Empress Maud's son Henry II and Stephen arranged a truce. The treaty was later signed in Winchester and Westminster. According to the treaty, Stephen will remain king until his death, and then be succeeded by Henry II. The treaty further states that all decisions regarding land which were made during Stephen's reign are immediately reverted and restored to the time of King Henry I. This means that the earldom of Shiring again belongs to the heirs of Bartholomew and not to the Hamleys. But who would dare to go against William Hamley? Richard, maybe? Huh. That is interesting. At the same time, far away. Oh no, we're in the storm. That is bad. And she's alone. And she doesn't even have a donkey or something. Crazy stuff. Well, I will end the episode here, and we will see in the next one if Aliena gets back to Kingsbridge unharmed. I hope so. I mean, so many bad things are happening lately. That's really a tragedy. But, well, I hope for the best, and I hope that we can bring Aliena safely through the storm in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching this one. Have an adventurous and awesome day, and goodbye.